Bad news, even like coming from one source, so often just heaps up into such huge piles. We get so much of it all at the same time. I'm starting to think that this is a tactic on the part of these companies. Could it be that their thinking is, instead of like a bunch of individual bad PR days, could it be they're like, let's just rip every band-aid off at the same time? Just kind of like there's got to be a maximum amount of angry we can cause, right? So if we just lump it all together, then you get it all over with at once, right? I have to imagine that's what they're thinking. We've had so much bad press coming from Sony recently. PS6 is going to be upwards of $1,000. They just did like some investors meeting or something, and all of the senior staff kind of outlined the future of the brand. Horrifying. Just horrifying stuff. Like just doubling down on every bad, short-sighted decision of the last however many years. We're all in on live service. We're all in on AI. And then today, well, what did they tell us today? Today, Sony said that they're done with physical games. Yeah, in 2028, they are doing away with physical games, and we have reason to believe that 2028 is going to, be the launch of the PlayStation 6, suggesting that it's not going to use physical games. It's probably going to launch without a disc drive. They are going all digital. The all digital future is basically just about here. And, I mean, okay, just to step back just for 1 second before we get to just the horror of the words that I just spoke. Again, when it rains, it pours. This comes immediately after we have them announcing that they're shutting down the PS3 and Vita online stores. Really funny, to try to sell us an all-digital future. By the way, one of the previous digital stores is going down. And then, apparently they have delisted like 500 movies and shows from their digital storefront. Like, just even if you bought them, just like doesn't matter, they're gone now. And unlike with games, usually where if the store goes down, at least you can re-download your purchases, for the foreseeable future. No, in the case of movies and stuff, no, they're removed from your library. You just do not own them and cannot access them anymore. So all of this at the same time, and then they announced that they're doing away with physical media completely. Okay, so, I mean, what can you even say? What can you even say? This is, it's getting downright dystopian, this is certainly something that I'm going to have to do a full-blown video about. I mean, the whole state of the industry. Things are getting so bad. Things are getting so bad across just like every possible sector. And then Sony just cruising in, being like, by the way, folks, no more physical media. And of course, like they've won the war, the console war. It's over. Xbox is out. Speaking of Xbox, there's also a rumor. It's not confirmed yet, but there is also a rumor that the Helix is also not going to have a disc drive, and it's also going to be all digital. So there you go. But even just like not even considering that for a moment, Sony has won. You can't exactly call it a monopoly, but it's pretty darn close. They own basically all of the non-Nintendo, now you can just call it non-Nintendo console market. So them saying we're doing away with physical media is basically killing physical media all in one go. Like, Sony owns it. They own the market. So like this just means the end of physical media for like video games. I know not exactly. And again, you do have Nintendo. That is still a thing, definitely, and they seem to be, reasonably, apart from game key cards, reasonably dedicated to producing physical media, at least for first-party Nintendo games. But at least in just the broad third-party multi-plat sector, PC is already mostly digital, so yeah, that's just kind of it. That's just kind of the end. Sony announcing this, that's it. Boxed games in stores is just not really going to be a thing anymore. I mean, I assume they'll still be shipping boxes to the stores, but they'll just be codes. That's what GTA 6 is doing. And I don't know, I wouldn't be surprised if this was Sony kind of being like, okay, well, we weren't looking forward to the day when we had to announce this, but GTA 6 announcing that, like, the, biggest, most anticipated game release basically of all time is gonna be a code in a box forever, no disc coming ever. Was it like a week ago? I think this seems very, very purposeful, a very strategic move by Sony to wait about a week and then just be like, oh, hey, so now that you're warmed up to that idea, now that the idea of buying it, now that we know that basically every single human on this planet is going to buy this game, they've already said, we're okay buying a game if it's just a code in a box, as long as we want the game enough. Okay, well, now that we've established that, we are a little bit more comfortable announcing they're all going to be codes in a box going forward. And looking into this, it seems that the vast majority of their customers were already buying digital anyway. So, the temptation is to be like, well, maybe this will just blow up in their face. What about all those people who are just like staunch physical collectors? Well, they're just going to lose that crowd. Not really. No, I mean, up to like 80% of their sales have been digital. The adoption rate has just been climbing and climbing and climbing. So, yeah, I think... there's plenty of time for further, deeper analysis later, but I think they're going to be okay if only 20% of their customers were buying physical anyway. And let's face it, a good percentage of those people will switch over to digital if that's what it takes to keep buying video games. They won't be happy about it, but they probably will do it, leaving probably a very, very small fraction of people who are just going to nope out completely. So yeah, I completely understand why Sony is doing this. I do get it, and yeah, sure, we can go over the greater implications and why and how and all that stuff later. Yeah, definitely gonna do a full-blown video. But at least for now, it's just shocking. It's just kind of like, it shouldn't be shocking. I know this is kind of a theme recently. It's just like, all of this makes perfect sense. I am and am not surprised. I think we all kind of viewed the all digital future as kind of this like far away thing. We know it's coming, but like not now, right? Just some nebulous future time. But in retrospect, we probably should have anticipated that at least just next generation. Like they already made discless versions of current gen consoles, so like why would they not, and yeah, with hardware prices rising, blah blah blah, why would they not just make next gen the one where they do away with discs entirely? It makes perfect sense now, and yet that doesn't make it any easier to see. Again, just like the sentence, the words, the concept, just like next gen, Sony is doing away with physical media. They are no longer producing discs for their consoles. They are no longer producing consoles with disc drives at all. It's just like it's just such a massive and devastating development in the history of video games. Like this is something that we can't go back from this, like it really is a sign of the end times for the poor industry. Like this is a really, really, really big deal. This represents just another really dramatic degradation in the art of video games, in the entire video game industry. And of course, it is just a symptom of a greater problem in the industry, which itself is just a reflection of the greater problem that we are seeing in the entire world right now. There's a lot that could be said about the industry and where it's going, but yeah, for now, I guess we do have to just kind of leave it there. The rest, we can either say it later, or it goes without saying. This is crazy. It's just absolutely crazy. It's just like, this is one of those, like, where were you when Sony announced that they were no longer selling physical games? It's really one of those pieces of news.